All right, grab a marker or a pen, and let's do this. Because I want to go over the quiz yet, so. So I'm actually going to do this from scratch. So we're supposed to create a Venn diagram. So I'm going to focus in on that first. I would do it anyways. I told you already. So question 1A. We've got zoo, Grand Prix, and museum. Sorry. So we've got that, and then we fill in with what we know. 42 said they visited all three, so that goes in the center. 23 said zoo and Grand Prix, but not museum. So that goes in here. The 23 actually goes right in there. Okay, not on the outside, because it says but not. The other way of saying the same is saying only zoo and Grand Prix. That's another keyword for this, right? Anyways, keep going. 63 said zoo and museum. So zoo, museum, so this part right here on the outside is 63, not in there. So that's why I said read carefully. 18 would go to museum and Grand Prix, right? But not the zoo, so it's actually saying that number in there is 18. 102 visited the zoo. 85 would visit the museum. And 120 said they would visit Grand Prix or museum. So it's basically saying Grand Prix or museum, right? Is 120. So I've got it filled out. Now I can start, right? So I'm going to use my red pen here. I figured out this first, the 63 minus 42, that's 21. And since I have these three sections, I can subtract that from 102 to get 16. I'm heading over to this set here. This would be 85 minus these three in there. That would give me 4. And then I cannot do this yet, right? I'm stuck because I don't know the total number of tourists going here. So, okay, I park it there. I know that my universal that I could have done right away, my universal is 200. Okay, so we're leaving it there for now. I'm coming back, okay? So B is asking for, let's see here, how many students are planning on only visiting Grand Prix? So I'm almost guiding you through it. You know you're gonna have to figure out this, right, to figure out that. So I know that these two combined, are you into highlighting already? I don't know, some of you are, some of you won't. That's okay, right? We know that these two combined is 120. So it's basically 120, so just focusing on these two sets, that would be NM plus NG minus the mutual, right, the ones that they share. That's basically the reasoning here. If you didn't show that formula, that's okay. So it's 120. I know this is 85. NG, I can just leave it like that. Okay. And minus this, I know. I can figure that out because I can add these two, and that gives me 60, right? I should use a red pen for that, but you actually know that. Okay. So then move stuff around. Let me see here. That gives you 25 plus NG. Subtract 25 from both sides. And that gives you 95 are in G, but you want this, right? Only G. So only G would be, I can now put the 95 in here and subtract from 95, right? Subtract these three from 95 and you get 12. Okay. So then only G would be 12. Either you show me the work, like you go 95 minus 60, right? Minus 60 minus 23. And that is 12, right? 12 tourists. Get into the habit of writing what those final answers mean, right? Like units. If you see U on the quiz, that's missing units, okay? So days, tourists, whatever. And then for C, what was C asking for? Outliers, right? So I'm going to go 200 minus, right? 200 universal. I'm going to go minus 102, and then minus 12, minus 18, minus 4, and I have 64 outliers. That needs to come in here. Okay, tourists. Okay. D, it's asking for more than one attraction. So it would be basically just the ones here in the center, right? So I'm going to go 63, right? 63 plus 23 plus 18. So 63 plus these two here. And that gives me 104 tourists. Nobody's disagreeing with me? I'm doing okay? No mistakes? Phew. Okay. I just made this up this morning because I'm happy when things work out. Anyways, E. Is there an E? Yeah. E is asking for Grand Prix and Zoo, right? So this right here, which is 65, right? If you add these two up, you get 65. So 23 plus 42, it would be nice if you showed the work. Sorry, you can see that 65 tourists. Obviously, these answers are going to be wrong if you made a mistake up here. That's okay. You would still, if you show me, that's why I want you to show me what you've done. What numbers did you add? What did you subtract? And so forth. So 1 for each of these. You get 2 marks to get the 12. That's a big one. 2 marks to get that 12. And you get 2 marks for all the components, including your outliers in the Venn diagram. Every section filled in. If you can, for the test, bring a different pen and fill in what you're finding with that pen. That'd be great. You don't have to. Maybe don't, because if you make a mistake, then it's just messy. Let's just leave it. But yeah, that's it. Venn diagram done. Okay. And you're like, oh, so this was, I got this one. Well, this is just one scenario. I mixed it up, right? I gave you some ands and I give you some onlys, and I tried to mix it up. What about type 3, Mr. Dirksen? Yeah, I couldn't do it. I had to pick one, right? So that's that. Let's go to question 2. The fun. That one, I think because of time, I'm just going to show you what I got. So surface area first. Because of surface area, this is what I told myself. Please do that as well. Lateral surface area of the large cup, the large cone, right? Lateral surface area of the small cone. So that's this one here. This is the small cone. Plus the small circle, like this one here, right? Because if you're just doing lateral, right, you're cutting it, and now there's a hole at the bottom, so you need to add that to your surface area. And so I find my slant, the large slant and the short slant. So 661 and 109. If you got that, you get 2 marks already. 1 for each slant height. Then you need to plug in the formula. So it's pi rs, right? Pi rs. And then you need to add pi r squared, right? This little circle. And please show me the numbers that you're getting partially, but you need to use all decimals, right? And so this is what I get. Did most of us get this? So I didn't make a mistake? Check, right? This is the rule. If you ever become a teacher, if 3 or more students nod, then you're doing okay. Okay, so that's for this. This mark is going to change because I'm going to give you another 2 marks for setting up your formulas and actually calculating and getting your answer, another 2. So 2 and 2, so that's 4 already. You don't seem excited, guys. Like, aren't you excited? Surface area and volume? What's wrong with you? Anyways, volume is the easier one, right? So volume of large, volume of small. I'm just going to subtract them. So you got to use your volume formula for a cone. Subtract the small one. Notice both have different radii and both have different heights. And they need to be divided by 3. Okay, you need to make sure you get that right. Subtract them, you get that. So this, I would give you 2 marks total for plugging everything in where it's supposed to and getting that answer. Are we getting this answer? 2 nods, 1 more nod. Yeah, we're getting this? Yeah, okay, good. And so this would be 2 and another 4, so that makes this one 6. Oh, converting, that's right. That was a little bonus that I added, right? So 848, 23. So if it's converting, if it's like a separate section, you use the rounded answer, right? And you know that. Let me see if I get this one right. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters, correct? Okay, just divide it and you're good. Match the units. This has to be cubed. Okay. So my calculator, let me see. Some of you actually like to show that extra step, so I'm going to do that as well. So it's 848.23 cubic centimeters over 1 cubic inch is 16.38 something cubic centimeters. Okay, because you like to see that this is canceling out. So it's this divided by that. So 848.23 divided by my answer, 5176. 5176 cubic inches. There we go. You know what? This is everywhere, guys. Chemistry, physics, converting like this, and you need to make sure your units match, okay? You can't just use, oh, it kind of looks the same centimeters, right? No, it's not. Got to be cubed, squared, whatever the case may be. So we'll give it 1 mark for this one. 1 mark for that one. If you didn't cube it, you don't get the mark, okay? So that means that 1 and 2, that's 3, and another 4, that's 7, right? So for question 2, we're talking 7 marks. And for question 1, 1, 2, 3, and another 4, that's another 7. So 7 and 7, that is 14. So put a mark on a 14 at the top. I'm going to take this one in, flip it upside down, pass it forward, and I'll give you the quizzes back while you're figuring that out, okay?